Are you ready?
Live from the Metal Mayhem Studios in Rochester, New York.
We are gold.
And heard around the world by metalheads just like you. This is Metal Mayhem ROC.
Heavy metal music.
Your weekly dose of metal music, interviews, album reviews, news, and more. Want to be part of the show? Send us a message through our website, metalmayhemroc.com, or hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. Search Metal Mayhem ROC, a proud member of the Pantheon podcast team.
It's getting nice and heavy.
Now, welcome our hosts, John the Vernomatic Verno, and direct from New Jersey, Metal Walt.
Good evening, everybody. Well, we're officially in what we call Metal March, as it's the preferred month for metalheads around the globe. For Metal March, we're bringing you 2 episodes a week, spotlighting some up-and-coming bands and some off-the-beaten-path bands that make Metal Mayhem ROC, quite honestly, one of the most diversified podcasts there is out there. So tonight we have the band The Sweet, a band that helped define the glam rock and hard rock eras of the 70s. Anthems like Ballroom Blitz, Fox on the Run, Love is Like Oxygen. But behind the hits, there's a deeper story. Back in the 80s, the original band broke up, resulting in 2 versions of the band. Original members Steve Priest started his U.S. version, and Andy Scott started the UK version. Now, Steve Priest passed away in 2020, but Richie Onori and Jimmy Burkard of his version of band continues producing new music and carrying the vibe of Steve Priest's vision of Sweet forward. Andy Scott's version, the UK version, they still continue, and they're happening to just release new materials right now, just like the other version. So we have Richie and Jimmy on the show to talk about what's going on with their version of the band, how they're keeping Steve Priest's vision alive. They're here to talk about the new music, upcoming tours, and the challenges of honoring a legendary name like Steve Priest while forging ahead with their own fresh material. It's really an undertaking, and both Metal Walt and I learned a lot with this. They also addressed several encounters with fans that had a problem with their version of the band, and actually what happened at several concerts when words were exchanged. It's a fascinating story. So that's coming up in just a second, but before we dive in, a quick reminder. If you love rock and metal, make sure to subscribe to Metal Mayhem ROC wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a review. That way it helps new listeners find the show. Don't forget to visit the website, metalmayhemroc.com. Sign up for the newsletter to get show updates and exclusive content. And take a peek at our merch page. We got a lot of cool stuff there. All right, let's get into it. Richie Onori, Jimmy Burkard, Metal Walt. I'm the Vernomatic, and this is Metal Mayhem ROC. Well, today we got a double dose of our heavy metal homework to attend to. We have from the band The Sweet, Richie Onori and Jimmy Burkard. Guys, how are you?
Fantastic. It's an exciting day. There's always something going on, but today seems special.
Hey, Richie, before we start talking about the new singles, can you quickly explain the scenario behind the band The Sweet? In the mid-'80s, the original band broke up, and original members Steve Priest started his version versus original member Andy Scott starting his version down in the UK. Both outfits have played consistently since the mid-'80s. Steve passed away in 2020, but your version with The Sweet continues. That's what we're talking about today. But the Andy Scott version is releasing material right now too, and they're located in the UK. It's confusing. Please explain to us exactly what's going on with the band The Sweet and the 2 different brands.
Yeah, in a nutshell, Andy, after the band broke up, he kept on going with Sweet into, I don't think the band was too happy with that. The rest of the band, which was Brian, Mick Tucker, Brian Conley, and Steve Priest. So Steve Priest, I was actually doing a benefit, and I was playing with Keith Emerson at the time, and we were playing for Hurricane Katrina. So Slash came and Lukather. So I was the drummer that had played in Keith's band and with Howard Lee's, everybody you can imagine. And then Priest got up and when he played Fox on the Run and Ballroom Blitz. And of course, I knew those hits much about the band. And that was 2007. So what happened is we came together. He decided to get out of retirement because he didn't like the way that his legacy was being preserved. And when he heard me play, he was like, wow, you're the closest I've heard it to Mick Ducker. So we put Sweet together and we got the rights for North America and we did Europe with Slade and so forth. We go as SP Slade. Andy Scott has his version right now. And right now he's ill, so he's sending the band out with no original members, so to speak, either. So when Steve passed away, we kept the legacy going along with the family. Maureen, his because this is what Steve wanted. He wanted us to keep the legacy of Sweet going.
Let me ask you a question to further elaborate this, because we understand your connections are more with Steve Priest, but when it comes to the fans, like how do you guys clarify this? Honestly, it was a little confusing even for John and I. Or maybe in other words, like, is it all good between both camps, or is there kind of bad blood?
We try to keep it very, I feel that if you're boosting each other up and he's on the other side of the pond, that we're both, it's all increasing everybody's royalties and everything's great. But, there's been some stuff thrown around about, when we kept on going after Steve Priest passed away, but it doesn't affect us. We're just slamming away, and our audiences, we keep on playing all over Canada, as you can see, and people, we just, we kill it live. That's how we blow the roofs off of places, and we're very proud of what we do.
Yeah. Like Richie said, there's no bad blood between me and those guys, between the bands. No, I think you got the hardcore fans for each version. You got Steve Priest fans, you got Andy's fans. Those are the guys that get, it's like the internet haters and stuff like that. But as far as me, I have absolute respect for Andy and the original band, and I want to carry the music forward, which is what we're doing, and Steve Priest was behind that. His wife is behind that. And it's an honor for me to play this music, Richie asked me to join. I said, oh, hell yeah,
Your unit's been playing together for a while, so it's been a cohesive unit. It was just, Steve passed away.
Longer than the original band was together. So we've been doing this. We toured with Journey. We've done the whole thing. My career was, compared to, my career was great playing with Uli John Roth and all those different bands that I played with. I was in Heaven and Earth and all these different things in my solo project, everything or my solo act that I do, everything was great. But Sweet, I love Sweet, and and it's part of my since we got Jimmy and this chemistry of this band, he's been in the band. You've been in about 3 years now, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. I'm the newest.
Kills. He's the newest. Yeah.
Well, guys, before we go into the singles, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, because Sweet is, listen, there's nobody out there that's in their 40s or 50s or older that doesn't know Sweet. It was played in the back of your parents' car. You go down the list of all the hits: Fox on the Run, Ballroom Blitz, Love is Like Oxygen, Little Willie, Action, AC/DC. But that's not easy material to perform, because there's very high harmonies and, big high range vocals. How do you guys pull it off?
We've got our secret agent Schultz on keyboards that has the real high vocals. Between him and Patrick and Stevie, and I sing also. Stevie's the bass player. We do our best, and like you said, it's not easy to pull off, but rehearse and do our best, because those guys were ahead of their time with the harmonies they were laying down.
Before I ask you some questions on the singles, just one more question about the name of the band. Like, legally, are both camps allowed to use the name, or do you guys differentiate it in any way? How does that work?
Jimmy, basically, Sweet, Andy had Europe. He did not have North America. And so we did South America. We did as Sweet. So we have the trademark. We own the name for North America. When we went to Europe, we went under SP Sweet. If he comes here, Andy, he would go as Andy Scott Sweet. So, we shared territories. It's like anything. It's like distribution.
Was there ever any thought about, I don't know, combining everything now that Steve's passed? Get with with Andy, or his band is his band, your band's your band?
We reached out, I mean, we were, mostly with the Hall of Fame, when Wayne's World and Mike Myers wanted Sweet inducted in the Hall of Fame. Figure maybe that might happen sometime. It's good weather. We're all open arms. If that ever happens, we would love to include them on our side or vice versa. I mean, we're wide open, and it's all about the band, the brand, the fans.
Jimmy, we want to give you some time to catch us up to speed on you, but you're sort of the newcomer. Like, what's your resume? Like, where did you come from, and what have you been doing in the scene for, let's say, the years?
Yeah, I'm originally a Detroit guy, but I came out to Los Angeles, just over 30 years ago. So I've been around the scene in here playing with a lot of guys, a lot of bands. I befriended the bass player in Billy Idol's band. So I've been playing with him a long time and got to play with Billy Idol at some jams. Play with the Moby Dicks. That's Brian Tishy's kind of Zeppelin all-star band he does. Also playing a band called Westbound, which has West, and shared the stage with guys like Rudy Sarzo, Carmine Apiece, Vinny Appice, a lot of different guys, kind of the whole LA thing, right? Mike Inez, Simon Wright. I mean, living out here gives me that opportunity to do that, and it's really cool. And through jamming around town, that's how I met Richie, and he knew of me. And I put out my own stuff too, instrumental stuff that I put out. I like to just create music as much as I can and do that, and the gigs as much as I can gig, it all helps. So, yeah.
Last year, you released the other single, Little Miracle. Are you just releasing singles?
That's right. We're doing
For the moment.
that's the way you do it now, as you know. You release
Yeah.
singles, and then you combine them into one album, and then you market them at that point in time.
Yeah, it's almost going back to the 50s when they released singles, and then the 60s
You're right.
and 70s came, and then the long play came popular. So,
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Back to singles.
Yeah, you keep taking a bite of the apple, if you will.
Yeah.
So, what's in store for 2025? You have some dates. This will probably air after the Canadian dates, but how do you route a tour? Or do you look to get with someone? You doing the casino circuit? How do you plan that?
Well, we get dates usually all the way till April. There's always dates being added on. We just got a new Pennsylvania one, and there's more things. By working with our label, Dark Star Records and Chipster PR, a lot of things are happening. And what we're doing right now is the word is really getting out how great this act is. And I mean, it's been that way. Last year, we did about close to 30 dates. This year, we expect about the same or more, hopefully. Whereas you talk about getting a tour bus and that we would play some of those, they can't always, you have to be able to play a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, keep a band on the road. So we might even go that route. I've been talking with our partner and, of course, our partner, Maureen O'Connor, who's Steve Priest's wife, who's our partner in the business too. But we have an incredible, we'll be doing something with Steve Priest, who played bass and sang on a track. And that will be our next release after this, which is a big, more like an 80s power ballad that Jimmy's going to be adding the guitar on, and it's going to be major with Steve Priest on. So a lot of dots are connecting how you do that. I mean, it was a lot with the pandemic. And then on top of it, Steve passing away. So, yeah, we've really gone through it. But at the same time, we're surviving quite well.
Guys, what are these singles? What are these singles like? Little Miracle and Insane. Do they carry on the essence of the classic Sweet sound, or are they a little more modern thinking? Take us through some of the tracks.
Little bit of both, I would say. Little Miracle is more on the poppy side of what Sweet was doing. Nice melodies, very catchy, pop song kind of thing. And then Insane is more the rocker, heavier side of what they were doing. But we tied in all the vocal harmonies and stuff like what they had, which was their signature thing. So so far we've got the pop side, we got a rock more rocking. This next one coming out, like Richie mentioned, is more of a power ballad, which Steve Priest wrote, and he's on it. So try to cover it all, and right in the vein of them while moving this band forward.
Now, you guys are performing these songs, I assume, in the live set.
Yes.
Good.
Going over good too.
That's good. So now here's like maybe an awkward or funny question, but Sweet or bands from that era, where they were out on TV or playing live in 1975, they had a certain look, glitter, hair, weird spandex, I don't know, strange haircuts. Please tell me you guys you're not wearing that. I hope you go out there and you look the way you do now.
Yeah. We do our thing. Yeah, we're not doing like, hey, we got to look like them. I love all that. It was a big FU to everything. Steve Priest took that and went wild with it. And androgynous stuff. But no, we go out and rock it. We do our thing.
Sweet only wore that during a period of time when they were looking for attention. They were in jeans and they were rocking out like Deep Purple. Their clothes, black leather jackets, the whole thing. 74, 75, they were all about rocking. They got out of that. But I do wear a mini skirt every once in a while. No, just kidding.
Well, hey, that's your choice. In this day and age, anything goes, I think. I don't know.
Metal Mayhem ROC.
I'm Metalhead.
Metal Mayhem ROC is the home for metal from the very beginnings.
This is James DeBerre from Hellstar. You're listening to Burn-O-Matic.
Dave Overkill from the Cleveland band Destructor. Hey, Dave, how are you?
I'm doing great.
To longtime headliners.
Hey, this is Red Beach from Whitesnake.
Hey, this is Vinny Appice from Dio, Black Sabbath, and Last in Line.
To music of today.
Hi, this is Olaf Wickstrand from Enforcer.
Hi, this is Braun from Mastodon.
You're listening to Metal Mayhem ROC.
With John the Burn-O-Matic Burner.
Plus, we talk with producers and authors to give you behind-the-scenes info.
Hi, this is William Irwin, author of The Meaning of Metallica, Ride the Lyrics.
Greg Renoff, the author of the book Van Halen Rising and the Ted Templeman book, A Platinum Producer's Life in Music.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Metal Mayhem ROC, a proud member of the Pantheon podcast team, giving you more to listen for. Join our community, and always remember to keep it heavy.
Because of the two camps, do you ever have people that maybe initially gave you a hard time that after they checked you out live have said to you, either in print or in person, hey, I was wrong. You guys, you stay true to the vibe.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen people that are mad, and then they'll private message us or whatever, or if it's at a show, but private message more. We get, hey, don't get discouraged by people. You guys are amazing. We would love to have you like over to Europe or whatever. You guys keep the legacy going. We're happy you're doing this, because you're not going to hear it live anymore. Why not? We keep doing it.
Yeah, let's be honest here. It's not the border skirmish like a David Lee Roth versus Sammy Hagar battle, but you guys still have your fan base, and as dedicated fans, these fans are territorial. So it must be rewarding for you to convert someone, and now they're fans of both camps. And like you said earlier, for the sake of the brand.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We just got back this weekend. We played Medina Inn at the Arcada, and it was a perfect example. Guy came up to me, he goes, over the last 15 years, he says, I've been to every one of your shows at the Arcada. I remember when you were with Steve. I remember when Steve fell off his stool. We have the gamut of these fans. They keep on coming back because they want the thrill of the music and how we deliver it. The punch.
And I would say, guys, economically too, let's just be fair, right? It makes a little more sense. You guys cover the North America market. The other versions cover in the UK and Australia. Dollars and cents, it probably works out as well.
There's plenty to go around. I mean, Andy is, he has a problem right now. So he's one of the one of these music rags saying about that all this band, they're going out and they blah 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 blah, and now he's fallen ill, And so he's got his band going out with like I said. So fans just want to listen to it, and both camps can thrive. And, if Andy wants to come here, that's fine. I mean, it's the battle of the bands. I'm just kidding. But the truth of the matter is that we deliver the goods. I mean, Jimmy is, you hear him on Insane, how he plays guitar on that. I mean, come on, that's what a individual smoker. I mean, that guy, amazing, simply amazing. When we end the song "Love Is Like Oxygen," he does this solo, and we work off each other. It's standing ovation every night. People want this kind of rock. It's missing.
I love those sections. Yeah, we have a lot of points in the set where we just jam. And as a musician, as a guitar player, I love that stuff. We can stretch, you open it up. It doesn't get boring in the show. It's great for us every night to do that. It's emotion, and that energy, and that transfers to the audience. They see it. Both singles are on all streaming platforms. So wherever you get your music, go there, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. Instagram is SP Suite. Find us there. The Suite on Facebook. You can go to, I can't remember the actual URL for online, but you can find us on there. The Suite Band, I believe it is, where we have tour dates. Look us up.
TheSweetBand.com.
Yeah, there you go, Richie.
Walt, any parting shots before we let these guys go?
Nice to meet you, and this was very insightful. You clarified a lot of things for me. I'm excited, and if you ever get around to that New Jersey, New York area, I'll make sure I come and check you guys out. And best of luck with the singles.
We've played in those areas, absolutely. Both Rochester, New Jersey area. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Come to a show.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for you guys.
Okay, there you have it. Richie Onori and Jimmy Burkard from the band The Sweet. Guys, have a great rest of the 2025. Thank you. See ya.
Thank you so much.
Metal for life.
Thank you for listening to Metal Mayhem ROC. Check out our website at metalmayhemroc.com for information on podcasts, archives, links to all our live radio shows, and all sorts of info. Please like, follow, and share with everyone, even your non-metal friends. And always remember to keep it heavy.